Oftentimes when we think of lead gen, we think about having to be social butterflies meeting literally as many people as we can. Now that might not sound appealing to everyone who wants to be a real estate agent. For those people who don't love the idea of having to meet tons and tons of people, this next school of thought for lead gen might be for you. This is the school of champions. Imagine a world where you're getting at least one referral from 10 people you know. 10 people you're super close with are each giving you at least one person that could turn into a client. And hopefully they're quality because it's someone you know really well. That could be 10 sphere deals right there by just pouring into 10 people, 10 champions. So what does a champion mean? Someone with the champion designation is someone who is a raving fan and advocate for you. Someone who's almost an extension of you in the community, always thinking about you, looking for your success even though you're not there next to them. Someone just going to town trying to help you succeed because they value you so much, they believe in you so much. Imagine a world where you go deeper, not wider, and just have a few champions in your life. A world of lead gen where you're pouring into them week in and week out so they pour back into you. It could be pretty darn powerful. And realistically, in a year, hopefully it's more than just one referral they're sending to you. 2, 3, 4, times that by just 10 relationships you have to maintain and pour into. It could be really, really powerful stuff. Now I alluded to this, but how do you start? It starts by pouring into them. If you want champions, you have to be a champion for those people. In this way, you're showing them what it looks like to be said champion. So you should sit down and you should make a list. Who currently do you have in your life that would fit the criteria of being a champion right now? There's a very good chance you don't already have 10 champions. So next, make another list of who in your life has the strong potential to be a champion. Some family, friends, coworkers from past jobs, anyone you kind of know in the community that you just have this unique connection with or this feeling that they could be a champion. And again, the question is, how do you get them to become a champion? By being a champion for them. You should have an initial conversation with potential champions where you sit down over coffee or whatever it is and you say, quite frankly, I want to be a part of your success. I want to help you succeed with what you're working towards. But to do that, help me understand where you're at. What do you want for your life? What are you pursuing? Where do you want to go? Imagine being the person at the other end of the table, having a friend, an acquaintance sit down across from you and say, I'm interested in helping you succeed. I don't imagine too many people are going to be turned off by that. That initial meeting to learn about what they want, what they need, so you have an understanding of what you can go out and do for them, that's the basic concept of being a champion for them. Now, of course, let's emphasize that you can't just hear about it, you got to actually follow through. You've got to actually be a champion for them. You've got to actively seek out whatever it is they need. And if you are truly being an acting champion in their world, it's amazing how people will reciprocate. When someone sees you as tremendous value, they're going to want to give back to that. And that's how you can help them learn to become champions for you. You ask all about their world, what they need, there's a good chance they're going to fire back similar questions to you. Maybe not in that initial meeting, but eventually, especially if you're following through with the value based on what they need. Bit by bit, you learn what every single potential champion and current champion you might have need. Now you make it a part of your lead gen to find those connections, to find those resources, to find whatever it is they all have needs for, and you give them that value. You should eventually get to a point where you have 10 champions or some champions and a few in the making, and you should be having regularly scheduled strategic meetings, one-on-one with your champions. Weekly is what I'd strongly encourage. Coffee, lunches, whatever. And it is intentional. Let's sit down, let's talk about each other's success, each other's vision, each other's goals. Let's see what we need from each other to help each other mutually succeed. This champion check-in time helps it stay fresh, helps it stay consistent in both of your minds, and ensures that they remain champions and that you remain a champion for them. Again, this is a lead gen world of just 10 relationships maximum. Now, of course, if this is going so well, go beyond the 10 if you've got 10 established champions, if you feel like you can. But that's the target point. How can you get 10 champions? This can be so rewarding to have these tight-knit, rock-solid bonds versus trying to go all over the place to meet new faces. If this sounds appealing to you, I hope you strongly consider sitting down, making those lists, identifying those potential champions, and making a point to have these frank, straightforward conversations with them to not only be a champion for them, but to turn them into champions for you. Good luck to you.